Hey guys, Chris here, coming to you from Austin, Texas, home of the Longhorns. Hopefully, we didn't already lose some people. I'm feeling good about this season, though. I think it's gonna be a good one. So, for today's Man Talk Monday, we're gonna get into it. But first, I have to share with you that I was sick recently. It was really bad. It was a long bout that I wasn't quite sure when it was going to end. However, I did finally come out of it. But during that 3 weeks of me being sick, at my lowest point, I had stopped eating, stopped drinking, and I was just not feeling like myself at all. I had lost about 10 or 15 pounds, probably closer to 15 over the course of 3 weeks. And at one point, I go and look at myself in the mirror. And if there was a silver lining, this was it. I look at myself in the mirror and I was like, dang, I look good. I was like, this fits. This fits really nice. I like this guy. Well, here's what happened. About 3 weeks later, I had gained all that weight back. So I'm healthy again. I'm eating, just like a savage. I'm just like, I'm eating. And I was like, man, this feels really good. So I thought it felt good. But then I went and looked at myself in the mirror again, and something really interesting happened. I looked at myself again and I said, no, not this guy. And I changed my mind. That's what I tell you. I just changed my mind. It was almost like as easy as flipping a light switch. And in that moment, I had already lost the 15 pounds again in my mind. I was like, I'm not going to be this guy. And I knew that there was hard work ahead, but let the games begin. I knew that self-discipline needed to kick in. I knew that habit stacking needed to kick in to accomplish where eventually I was headed. And what I've discovered over the past, let's say, 3 or 4 weeks is what I've discovered is not what's most important is not my goal, nor even the progress made, even though that is rewarding in a sense. It's my mindset and my dedication. Sorry about the thumbs up on the screen. I don't know why it does that. But yay me, way to go. What I've discovered though is it's my mindset and dedication to saying yes to the right things and no to the wrong things, reoccurring on the daily. Do I walk 3 miles today? Yes. Do I wait until 11 a.m. to eat? Yes. Do I row today? Yes. Do I drink sodas or alcohol today? No. Do I eat the sweets and the sugar? No. So I've decided self-discipline is what's going to make this happen, and self-discipline is good for the body. It feels good. Leonardo da Vinci said, you will never have a greater or lesser dominion than that over yourself. The height of man's success is gauged by his self-mastery, the depth of his failure by his self-abandonment. And this is the law of eternal justice. He who cannot establish dominion over himself will have no dominion over others. Or I would just say over other areas of life even. So we're talking about self-discipline. And self-discipline, if you look at any area of life, brushing your teeth, putting on deodorant, going to the grocery store, going to the gym, eating a balanced meal, looking at your finances, any of this is going to require self-discipline. How you execute these things will require self-discipline. There was a Kenyan long distance runner that said, only the disciplined ones are purely free in life, and the undisciplined are slaves to their moods and passions. I would argue that for many of us, including myself, Most decisions are based upon feelings. They're based upon how I feel. Am I hungry right now? Wow, a slice of pizza sounds really good. Uh, Somebody asks, do you want some ice cream? I feel like I do, right? Or the alarm clock goes off in the morning at 4:45, 5 a.m., and I say, I don't feel like getting out of bed. And I say to myself, I don't care about your feelings. This decision's already been made. You've already agreed with yourself about what needs to take place on the daily for this journey, right? And so enter habit stacking. If we're really going after freedom, if we're really going after these things that would allow us to experience more freedom to feel the way that we actually want to feel, to be the kind of person we want to be, when we look in the mirror and say, I want to be that man, and you can say that about your finances, about your health, about your workplace, about a relationship, whatever it is, when you look at yourself and you have a very, very self to self conversation about this is the person I want to be, well, there's going to be steps involved. There's going to be very small steps incrementally that add up that are going to include self discipline to make this happen. Uh, let's see here. Yeah, Abraham Lincoln said discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. What do you want most in life? Do you want to live a long life, a healthy life, a financially free life, an adventure-filled life? What kind of life is it that you're looking for? And I would argue that you have the means to accomplish these things if you put into practice the self-discipline. Some people would say I'm stuck. Some people would say I have obstacles that I just can't seem to overcome. It's probably habit-based. I would imagine you are stuck in the rut of choosing the wrong things or not making the wise choices that would give you the outcomes that you're looking for. Most of our life is habit-based. If you look at it, whether you're doing things the right way, the wrong way, the healthy way, the unhealthy way, typically every time you sit down to watch a movie, you're getting the popcorn or you're pouring a drink or you're ordering the pizza. Like, these are all habit stacking things that it doesn't take a health scientist to tell you it's not healthy for you, but it's just the way that you've done life. And so if you're having trouble changing your habits, the problem isn't you. You have the desires there to live a healthy life, to live a financially free life, to live an adventure-filled life, to be the man that you want to be. The problem is your system. The problem is your processes. The problem is your habit stacking, allowing the habits that you are allowing time and time again to stack up. Bad habits repeat themselves again and again, not because you don't want to change, but because you have the wrong system for change. In the book Atomic Habits, which is a fantastic book, James Clear says the purpose of setting goals is to win the game. The purpose of building systems is to continue playing the game. True long-term thinking is goal-less thinking. It's not about any single accomplishment. It's about the cycle of endless refinement and continuous improvement. Ultimately, it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. Again, it is your commitment to the process that will determine your progress. So as I speak about self-discipline, as I speak about progress, as I speak about systems, there is a word that may be creeping into your brain, and that word is shame. And for those of you that are experiencing that right now, that are experiencing shame, shame on me for not taking care of this sooner, shame on me that I'm not better in this area of my life, shame on me that I'm not further ahead this many years in life. I will never be able to succeed in this area, etc., etc., etc. Whatever measuring stick you are using, whoever you are trying to measure up against, I'd ask you to lay that measuring stick down, throw it away, and just go look at yourself in the mirror and have the honest conversation with yourself. Whom the man am I created to be right now? Who has my creator created me to be right now? Who am I able to be right now? Do you desire to be that man? How much do you desire to be that man? And can you change your mind? Whether you're young, you're old, you're physically well or not, you're rich, you're poor, you're successful, or you feel like you're unsuccessful, wherever you're at in life, the truth is every single one of us could be more self-disciplined in one area of our life. And when we become self-disciplined in that one area of our life, I think you will find that it rubs off, that we start to become more self-disciplined in other areas of our life. We crave the self-discipline, because when you're self-disciplined and you make choices ahead of time, those choices are made, you start to discover how much freedom that gives you in life. That you don't have to have these ebbs and flows of being on the fence of, do I eat the ice cream? Do I not? Do I save the $100 this month? Do I not? These decisions are already made. So if you hear nothing else from today, make choices now for later. Make your choices now for later. Set up your choices on autopay. And I got this whenever I think about an exercise. Maybe you've heard me talk about it before, but about every 6 months, my wife and I, we get together and we have a financial and calendar planning session. And every 6 months, we decide ahead of time, this is where we need to save. This is what we need to pay off. This is where we're going to give. This is what we're going to calendar. These are the trips we're going on. These are the trips we're not going on. And we calendar it all out. We budget it all out. That's not to say that things don't surprise us and things don't come up along the way that we need to revisit. But for about 6 months out, we just put everything on auto pay, auto calendar. Those decisions are made. We have our yeses made. We have our nos made. And it makes life a lot less stressful. There's a lot more freedom in our finances and in our calendar because we've made up our mind. Things are on auto pay. We've made our choices for later. And so when you make big decisions up front and it's been decided, you now have to stick to them. You have your systems and your processes in place. So for me, with my health journey, and again, I'm not there yet. I'm still working my way down to my, what I would call my fighting weight or my sick weight. Whenever I looked at myself in the mirror, I was like, oh, I like this guy. It's taking a while to get down to that place, but I'm steadily heading that direction by saying yes to the right things and no to the wrong things. I wake up and I say, yes, I will wake up early today. Yes, I will walk my 3 miles today. No, I will not eat anything before 11 a.m. when I break my fast with a healthy smoothie. Yes, I will only drink water today. No, I will not drink the Coke or the alcohol or the Dr. Pepper, whatever it is today. On the weekends, do I give myself some grace and that's a little bit of a reward for me? Sure. Do I overdo it? No. And that's where I'm at right now is I've set up things on auto pay. The decisions have been made. I just follow through and at some point I will cash in. And so I'd encourage you to try self-discipline in an area of your life that you need it. And again, maybe that's financially, and maybe it's the self-discipline of every day. It could be this easy. Maybe finances, it's finances for you. And you say, I'm just not saving enough. I'm not putting enough away for retirement. On the daily, and this might seem a little bit, you might think, that's too much, Chris. But try it on the daily. go into your bank account and transfer $20 from your checking account into retirement on the daily, just or into savings. Just take $20 and just move it on the daily. Just keep moving it. And on the daily, you're going to be looking at your checking account going down, your savings and your retirement going up. And you're like, it's $20 spread's too much. Fine, do it with $10. But start taking small incremental steps, because over time, this stuff really adds up and it's going to do you favors in the long run. So go get self-discipline, go experience freedom in whatever area of your life that you're feeling called to. But I will tell you, I do believe we were called to live a self-disciplined life, and we were also created to experience freedom. And I think these two things can really go together. So I hope you have a great week. And with that, that's Man Talk Monday for you guys. Blessings to you.